Do I regret pulling these four characters? The short answer is yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Please don't hate me. So after checking my characters, I realized I do have some characters that I do regret pulling. Now, with the other new characters and also archons, I just don't play with them, and I just wanted to talk about them. Their cons, not so much their pros because I just don't use them. Alright, so the first up is Yoimiya. I do still like her design, the character design, and also I like the fact that her animations are cute, her color schemes are really, really nice, and that's what drew me initially. But I just don't play with her because she's a single target DPS. The Spiral Abyss is just too advanced for a single target DPS. I do like playing with her in the overworld, but other than that, I just don't play with her, and I do not summon for her constellations. I don't have her signature weapon, and I know the signature weapon is very niche down to her. It's not that versatile to other characters. But artifacts, yeah, the reason why I have good artifacts is because of this artifact. Both of them are in the same domain. So the reason why I have so many Shimenawa good artifacts is because of the Emblem of Severed Fate. I've been looking for that. I usually go for that one, but most of the time you don't usually get what you want in Genshin. And most of the time I'll get the Shimenawa set. And I do have a good set stats on her, but I just don't use her as much. And it is sad. Now I'm more picky when it comes to limited 5 stars, because if I'm not going to use it, what's the point of pulling for them? And if you pull for their constellation, it's more of a waste. I know there are a lot of Yoimiya fans out there. I'm sorry. I still love her, but I just don't use her. So do I regret pulling her? Yes, I do. So the next one is Ganyu. I know, people are gonna hate me, but Ganyu, I don't care for her gameplay, the charge attack. I never ever cared for that. For me, the reason why I pull for it is because of her burst being unlimited. Never run out of her burst as long as you have right amount of ER. And I usually set her up for a support more so than DPS. So that's something to look forward to when it comes to Ganyu, because you can use her as a support. But to be honest, I don't even use her for support. With Ayaka, I use Rosario because Rosario gives crit rate. And that's something that Ganyu sadly doesn't give. For her constellations, I did not summon for her C1. I just got lucky and got her back to back in the same 10 pull. Artifacts, there's nothing for me to show. Talent wise, I did crown her. By that time, I did not really know the whole scope of like how to play Genshin. I was going more for the gameplay, but then I got really tired of her charge attack mechanic. Just don't care for it. Her alt reaction is very, very good, but I just don't have the patience for it. Even though I have Nahida, and Nahida pairs well with her if you're looking for melt reaction, but for me, I just don't use her. And do I regret pulling for her? Yes. Emma's bow. I don't know if I pulled this or if I got this from the standard banner, because I know that Emma's bow is on standard banner, unfortunately. And it's tailor-made to her. Aesthetically, it's very pleasing, but it's whatever. And the next character is Eula. We all know that Eula has taken a back seat, like on the back of the school bus, because physical damage is just it's non-existent, it's not relevant anymore in Genshin, especially with Dendro coming out, and it also helped a lot of Hydro and also a lot of Electro characters, but it just put the cryo and physical on the side, and unfortunately Eula is cryo and physical, so it's like a double whammy for her. And I did pull her for her signature weapon. Eula helped me through. She was my first DPS. She helped me clear out a lot of events, contents, but I just don't use her at all. I like her gameplay thing to pull off when it comes to her C6. Yes, it does tons of damage, but if it doesn't crit and you build up all this stack And also if the enemy, and now all these new enemies, they are very mobile, they move around in Spiral Abyss, so you have to follow them and you're also time gated. It's just too complicated and it's not worth the price. And talent wise, I did crown her twice, so like I said, in the beginning of the game, I loved playing with her. She helped me a lot, but unfortunately, she's just on the side. Do I regret pulling for her? Kinda. Because she's just there. And the next one is it's probably going to be a little bit controversy because it's a Hydra character. And I know Hydra is the best element in Genshin because it provides so much support. It, reacts to all the, I believe, except for Geo. It reacts well with all the other elements, but it's Ayato. The initial reason why I pulled for him, sorry. The initial reason why I pulled for him is because of his aesthetics. I liked his design and also his character, and being the fact that he was Ayaka's brother. But then after playing with him, in the beginning it was fun, but then it became boring. He's very stationary. And his burst is very pretty and it provides support. And that's the only thing I use him for if I need Hydra Applicator. But other than that, I usually don't use them at all. And stat-wise, they're alright. Constellations, I do not pull for his constellations, thank God, because the constellations don't really help his support part of it. It's more so increases damage. And for me, like I said, he's too stationary for me to play with him regularly in Spiral Abyss. So I just don't care for him. And I did crown him twice because in the beginning it was a lot of fun. Just slashing enemies away with your skill. And the animation itself was really, really nice, but then eventually I got bored of it, and now I don't use them at all. But I do like his design. His clothing and everything is just superb. But those are the 4 characters that I do regret pulling. And I'm not saying they're horrible. It's just, for me, my opinion, I just don't use them as much. And unfortunately, with your limited 5 stars, you did use your precious Primogems, and if you don't use the characters daily basis, because I do play the overworld, because I know some people don't play the overworld, they just play the Spiral Abyss. I'm casual in a sense. I do my daily commission. I always make sure that my resin is not capped, so that's it. And I'm usually tied to some of the domains, artifact domains. So right now I am more so tied to the Golden Troop because I'm desperately waiting for Fiorina, and for that I have said it multiple times in other videos that I'm probably going to go for her C6 and R1. So wish me luck. I have saved over 400 intertwined fates, so let's hope for the best. But thank you so much for watching. If you comment down below the characters that you regret pulling, and do you sometimes go back and play with them? Because I do, but it's the minute I play with them, I just feel so restricted because they're so, in a way, niche down, but not like Yoimiya and Eula. I just can't play with them as much, and it's not fun anymore. But thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.